Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amy and I am on a financial freedom journey with my family. I share all about that and more on my channel. Today we're going to be going over our December budget recap. I do this video every single month when I close out my budget, and it is always really exciting to see what we did in the month and what we spent on, although sometimes it is a little painful to go back and look at our spending, but really looking forward to sharing this one with you guys. In December, my husband and I actually did a no spend month. I was tracking that on my Instagram. If you guys do not follow me over there, make sure you go follow on Instagram. I do share typically daily at least something in my stories or a post. And I was tracking our December no spend, and we actually had 20 no spend days, which was really exciting. Obviously, we're not counting things like bills or necessities like groceries in that amount, but it was really exciting to have 20 no spend days, and that definitely helped our budget. So you will see that in this budget, how much that helped us to not overspend, although we did go over budget in one category. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so for our W-2 income, which is just our regular income, we had budgeted $7,600 and we actually brought in $7,600. So no difference there. And then for our side hustle income, we did not budget for that because we never budget based on the side hustle income, and the actual was $290. So that leaves our total income at $7,890. Now moving down to our fixed expenses for the month. For our mortgage, we had budgeted $2,527, which is our regular monthly mortgage payment. We are currently paying back an escrow shortage, so it is a little bit higher. Hopefully that'll be going down in March. And that was 32% of our take-home pay. Next up, we had our water bill. I had estimated $300, and actually our water bill came in at exactly $300, which is very rare that happens. I think that is the first time that has ever happened where I've gotten it literally perfectly correct. So $300 was our water bill, no difference there, and that was 3.8% of our income. Next up, we had our childcare. So my son does go to preschool 3 days a week, and that is $980 a month for his preschool, and that was 12.4% of our income. Next up is our Peloton. We do have a Peloton bike, so we do have to pay the fee for that. That was $45, and that was at 0.6% of our income. Next, we have our internet. That was at $60 per month. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that AT&T tried to play me and increase this by $5, but I called them and we got it all sorted out. So we are not, do not have to pay an increase, thankfully, for our internet. And our electric and gas is next, and we actually have that on budget billing. So that was $196 for our electric and gas. That did not change. And that was at just about 2%. And next up is our brokerage. So we actually have an auto on both our brokerage and our giving. So I'm just going to fill these in at the same time. We have an automatic transfer for our brokerage for $100, and we have an automatic transfer for our giving. We have a reoccurring donation that goes to St. Jude. So that was 1% for both of those. And next up is our spending. This is where we did have a little bit of a change. We had budgeted $200 for spending. We actually did not end up taking our spending money this month because I did receive a bonus and we did take some spending money off of that. And so I actually took that out of our budget, and we just spent out of my bonus. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did share what we used our bonus for. It was a little bit more than $5,000. So we took everything over $5,000 and allocated that towards spending money for the month. And then we took the $5,000 and divided it up. Go check out my Instagram post if you want to see how we divided that up. But we did have a few $1,000s over the $5,000 that we used for spending money. So between my husband and I, we did make one larger purchase out of that money, which was getting a new duvet set for our bed, which was really nice because we have been having the same one for years and I've really been wanting to upgrade that. So that's a little bit of what we spent that money on. But yes, we did take our spending money out of my bonus. So I did actually remove it from our budget just to give us a little bit of room in here. And next category is gas. We had allocated $300 for the month for gas, and we actually spent $2.92, which means we were under budget by $8. And that was at 3.7%. My husband is driving farther for work now, so that is definitely feeding into higher bills for gas right now. So I think $300 will be good for us for hopefully 2025. I'm hoping I don't have to increase this at all. For groceries, we did budget $900, and this is the one category, the only category actually, that we went over budget this month. We spent $1,061 on groceries this month, which was over budget by $161. Now, obviously that is quite a bit over budget, but because we were under budget in our eating out, I think that it kind of washed out. We definitely got like a little bit more like extras than maybe we would have in the past. Because of like Christmas and stuff, we got like some extra baking stuff and extra things like that. So it's not really surprising that we went over budget, but I'm happy that the one category that we went over budget was groceries, because it's better than going over budget and eating out, which I'm really happy about. Obviously the no spend really helped us here. For fun and kids, we had budgeted $100. We actually only spent $43. So we were actually under budget by $57 in this category, which again, happy about that, definitely because of our no spend. And also it was pretty cold here in December, so there really wasn't a ton that we wanted to like go out and do, which is kind of nice. It definitely helped us do our no spend and save a little bit of money. Miscellaneous, we budget $250 every month for miscellaneous. We actually only spent $102, so again, we were pretty far under budget there. Again, because of that no spend, we really like didn't spend money on Amazon or Target or any of those things, which was really nice. And final category is dining out. We budgeted $300 for dining out. We spent $286, and we actually did not eat out a lot in the month. We did have one like larger eating out expense, which is why the category was still pretty high. We got dinner out for New Year's Eve. We got food delivered for us and our neighbors. So it was a little bit more expensive because we were feeding more people, and we got delivery, which we normally don't do. But I'm still super happy that we were under budget here, and we definitely ate out generally less than we normally do. So that was definitely a win of the month. And again, super proud that the only category we went over on is groceries. And while we did go over budget quite a bit, like I still think it was really good overall. Next category down here in the red is our sinking funds. So for the month for car, we had planned 75 and we sent 75, and that was 1% of our income. For kids, we had budgeted 50 and sent 50, and that was at 0.6%. Kids is for like sports fees, back to school, things like that. And then car we use for like car registration, car insurance, and like general maintenance, things like that. We have a pretty good amount in the sinking fund, so 75 is working well for us for now. For our home sinking fund, we did $100 here. This is really anything related to our house. So if we want any like home decor, if we want to do any like painting or anything like that, projects, that's all coming out of there. Vacation, $200, self-explanatory. We obviously want to be taking vacations. We're actually planning on taking a vacation for spring break, so we're saving up for that right now. That will probably be a little bit less expensive than it has been in the past, which is nice. We're planning on vacationing with my sister again, which always ends up saving us money because we are able to split things. And last sinking fund is Christmas. And yes, it is now January, and we are still saving for Christmas this month and will be all year long. So this is a sinking fund that we have every single month, and we save up and spend for Christmas. So $100 went to our Christmas sinking fund, and we did spend money out of that one, obviously. And our last goal, our last item here is our financial goal, which is our emergency fund that we were working on in December. We put $1,300 from our regular budget into this, and that was at 16.5% of our income. So our emergency fund, we did finish that goal off. That was what we used the bulk of my bonus on, was actually our emergency fund. So we did, in addition to this, put an additional $3,000 towards our emergency fund in the month of December, and that finished it off for 2024. And now we're starting over 2025 with our brand new financial goals. So that is all the spending that we did in December. Again, I'm super, super proud that we did a no spend in December. December is typically a very challenging month for us because of the holidays and all of those things. So really happy that we ended up doing and succeeding on that no spend. So quick recap here at the bottom. Again, our total income was $7,890. Our total expenses that we discussed was $7,917, which left us with a difference of $27 negative, which will just come out of our buffer. I do round these numbers off, so they're not perfect. It's really probably not negative 27. It's probably less than that because I do round these off like in the direction of being beneficial for our budget. So if it's an expense, I will round it up. If it's income, I will round it down. So things just end up washing out well. So while it's technically negative 27, it's really less than that because of the rounding. But anyways, that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys had an amazing December. Please let me know in the comments down below how December went for your budget. I would love to hear about it more below, and I will talk to you in the comments. Bye, guys.